talk about something outside of music real quick because this has been a
Mm.
heavy topic going on right now with Taraji and all this about the money and all this. Now, let me tell you the reason why I feel like The Color Purple flopped. And it did flop.
Mm.
Came out Christmas Day. I think it did 50 million, which
Okay.
was pretty good, but right after that it just came to a standstill. Now, the reason why The Color Purple flopped. One, it's a musical. A lot
Yeah.
of people didn't know. They thought they were just remaking The Color Purple, which it is a remake, but they remade it as a musical. And I think the musical has been touring for years, but they decided to
Mm.
do a full cast. And I got a partner that worked on that show too.
Okay.
The other reason, and I feel like one of the biggest reasons, is we don't want to see movies like that anymore in the black community. We're not going to come
Mm.
in large boat to see separation between black men and black women like The Color Purple did in the 80s. Like,
Mm.
we're tired of slave movies. We're
Yeah.
tired of those type of, you know what I'm saying? Like, The Color Purple really, I ain't gonna say made an impact, but it really did damage some relationships from my understanding when I was reading about it. During it, I never really even like, I know it's a classic and I've watched it before, but I've never liked that movie. What is there to really
Mm.
like about it? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just a bunch of trauma and all this other stuff. So you trying to bring that back into the black, we're too woke and conscious at this point, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just what it is. You can't bring those type of movies in this climate, you know. Now we battle each other on social media and all this other stuff, but that's social media. To get a black person to come out and pay to see that, now my mom and them, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
like
Yeah. Yeah. They gonna go.
the boomers and
Yeah.
all them, you know what I'm saying, they'll see it. But hold on, what's going on? Let me okay, yeah. Instagram just went out. But yeah, the boomers, that's something like if you were an adult in the 80s, you probably want to see it. But people our generation, man, I think that collectively we're tired of that, especially when you got like different movies like Hidden Colors and Buck Breaking, and we've just became so socially conscious to where you can't drop movies like that on us and expect us to come see them in large boat. If you want to impress us, put out a Black Panther. Show us winning.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Showing us making being heroes and making a difference. That's gonna get billions of dollars. But if you come out with some tired ass, the black man hates the black woman and slavery type of stuff, not saying that you get
Right.
on
Right. Right.
like that type of stuff. And the last one, that the reason I feel like The Color Purple flopped is because of Taraji P. Henson. She went on a press run describing that how bad it was to be on set. I mean, not be on set, but like working. Like, we didn't have this,
Mm.
we didn't have that, and you complain about not getting properly paid. How do
Yeah.
you do that in a press run before the movie even come out? So if
Yeah.
you're a Taraji supporter, you like, damn, she ain't get paid for this shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? Why would I want to go see it? That damaged, because I saw an article where she talked about, I wish that people would focus more on the message in the movie rather than what I was saying. Why did you say it?
Yeah.
You could have
Yeah.
waited until after the box office numbers then came out.
Yeah. She didn't. Her statements hijacked the whole conversation, and it slowed the momentum down. Now I will say I know I haven't seen it, and I didn't plan. I'm not a musical person though, so it really ain't got nothing to do
Yeah,
with The
me
Color
neither. I
Purple.
wouldn't go see it
So
anyway.
I wasn't gonna see it. It could be any musical. I'm not pulling up, but everybody that I know that has seen it, they all said it was good. I haven't heard anybody that said it was bad. Honestly, that didn't already think that about the original. Now that's one thing.
That's the thing though. Like,
Yeah.
the people who had, but those people are older now. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
yeah.
And I saw Boosie went in there, and I read the book. I read the book. I had to read it for one of my classes in college, like to read. That was the first time I read it. But the lesbian activity that was in it, right? That was
Yeah.
a part of the book. They just didn't show it in the first movie
Ah,
like
okay.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
But Boosie walked out. You was, oh, they got the LGBT stuff. So that's why I was like, I know it's an agenda pushed out here, but to be fair, they
Yeah.
did. Alice Walker did put that in the book. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that wasn't a surprise. But yeah, man, you just those type of movies, I'm telling you, they're just not gonna work. Taraji didn't make it no better, but I don't think those movies work anymore.
Now I don't. Yeah, the appetite for that type of movie has definitely gotten smaller because we've got other options now.
Right.
But let's be honest though, in order for a movie like this to do well, it has to get attention from more than just black people, bro. White people have to go see it too
Yeah.
because just in terms of tickets and receipts, we'd have to see it 4 and 5 times. Why they put 100 million behind it, I'm not sure. That seems insane. Now the first one back in the day was successful. You can thank Steven Spielberg for that. You can thank the lack of fatigue from period pieces. But in order for it, because I can't tell you the last movie that only black people saw that went crazy. I just don't know. I don't know what that would be. Like you mentioned Black Panther, nigga, everybody was in that bitch. Like that.
Yeah,
everybody saw that a few times. They had a big machine behind it.
Absolutely.
That crossed over.
But I don't even think it was just a big machine. I think that black people, when you put that was like one of the first movies. We've had movies like that, but
sure.
but like a straight up superhero.
Blade, it was a moment.
It was a moment.
Yeah.
And it was like going through, you know, and it was African. Like you couldn't make that white because it's
right.
Africa's as black as you can go. You know what I'm saying? So
facts. But white people wanted to see it too, though. The machine is why white people wanted to see it too. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
We wanted to see it because it was something refreshing, new, cool.
Right.
They did it grand. Like, yeah, Blade came out, or you know, whatever else you want to think. And those were Blade is actually pretty dope too. But superhero movies were different in '98 than they were in 2018. And they lit in 2018. Like they was cool back then.
Yeah.
They got $1 billion budgets now. This shit popping.
And you can thank Blade for that, because if Blade didn't come out, you wouldn't have the MCU.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, for sure. That was one of the early joints that popped off.
That was Marvel's selling point. Like that is the reason that the MCU was able, because they put out Howard the Duck before that. That shit flopped.
Yeah, and ain't nobody care about that
just to do it and see what happened, and it became successful. That helped fund everything else.
Yeah, that's where you get X-Men and all of that stuff.
Yep, absolutely.
But yeah, now there's a couple of factors why it flopped. You're right. The appetite for that is not. We need a variety now. This can't be the one movie we get in a quarter and it be this. Like we can't get one every quarter and two of them are, you know, time period pieces. And we're like,
yeah, we good on that.
Yeah, we good. If we had 15, okay, then you can squeeze this in. But yeah, they too far and few between, bro. I don't win the next one. Well, maybe Bob Marley, maybe, I guess, if you want to call it that.
Yeah, because I saw that. I didn't even know it was coming out till a couple of days ago. I said, okay, I might see it. I don't know. I might wait till it come out on.
I think I might slide to that. I'm interested because I don't know anything about Bob. I'm not into reggae, so I don't know the story.
Yeah.
So I'm looking to learn something new.
Absolutely. So